And then we're gonna go. Okay, we're good. All right. So then I just go live on Instagram, right? All right. We'll give it a few seconds just to get everything going here. But so far, we had a little bit of a push up today on SPY. I'm just gonna go through really all just things that you need to know, things that are moving so far from this morning. We're gonna do it just very quick, kind of snappy, and just get things done. So we could do this in about 15, 20 minutes. Want to go down to a 15-minute just so you could see, right? We've been going sideways. We popped up and went sideways basically the entire day. So not much really going on in terms of, the overall market. Okay. Um, we could go also. I've been looking at the financial bank stocks. Same exact thing today. You can see that bank stocks have the entire sector has been pushing down now. So we are in. Also, you guys can go to YouTube if you want to see the entire chart. So if you're on Instagram and you want to see the entire chart, you can go to YouTube for a much better look on all of this. But if you look at financials, we have been pushing down every time we come up a little bit. We always get a big tail, big wick, pushing it back down. So when financials move first, the rest of the market moves with it. All right, let's look at QQQ. We're still in this triangle formation here. We don't have enough momentum to push up. If you could see my Trader Daddy momentum gauge is slowly pushing back around, so maybe we can get some push to go up. We are the most oversold that we've been in the last 24 months, so there is that. Um, and this is a big support level for QQQ. Can we get below that or not? But today, just a very, very sideways looking day. The only thing that I went over the last couple of days that's doing extremely well is NBIS. And NBIS is up about 13 or 14%. But if you see over here, it is getting all the way up to this resistance level, and that's a power of three, third time back up to resistance 1, 2, and then we go up for a third time, number 3. And if you guys want me to check on anything, I can do that as well. Another industry that is starting to go down really fast is airlines. Airlines is now American Airlines at least is below the lowest support level. So you could see for yourself, it really is below this low support level here. We're starting to push down even more. So every day it's just been a huge push to the downside. The next level though for American Airlines would be the April level of last year. So there is a possibility we can go all the way down, but you can see the huge drop from the last 6 weeks or so. Airlines are definitely the most fragile. Also, corn is becoming one of the most interesting ones to look at because food prices are going a lot higher. And you could see that we've broken structure now. We are going a bit lower. So if we come back down to this 20 moving average and then we pop back up off of it, then, we could get a more of a structure for corn to go higher. But all last week, we were getting so much into corn. So out of all of the commodities, that's the one to really be looking at along with crude oil. So crude oil really is what's moving the market. And even though the US bombed Iran's oil island over the weekend, you would think oil would be going up all the way back up to here. But we're not. We're going actually down today. So, the puts that I started buying on Friday are starting to pay off. Might add to that position through USO. And USO is how you play oil up and down. This blue line right here, you're going to see is the highest that we've ever been in the last since 2018. So it's been a long time since we've gotten to that level. All right, and now that we're having just going sideways, we can really push for oil to go back down. I think this is one of the most logical plays of 2026. I only really like to put big money into plays that make like too much sense. So for this, I'm looking for oil to, if oil could pop up a little bit more, then obviously I would buy more puts for it to go back down over the long term. So yeah, me and my group have been looking at oil every day. I think that really seems to be one of the more logical plays at this level. So the administration is doing everything in its power to get oil back down because if you look at the overall market volatility index VIX, you're going to see we started moving down. This level, it's not getting above. The VIX only goes higher if there's a lot more selling pressure, and we're just not getting it. We're really just not getting through this. So I know I'm going fast, but it's supposed to be a fast segment. So I'm not going to explain each and every one of these things to death. I'm just going to keep on moving because there's only so much time right now and we just want to get through everything. But it is a good sign for the overall market that the VIX is dropping. If it had just gone completely through this, then who knows? The market would really be going back down. But let's check the small caps IWM. We did start to turn around and start to push back down in this structure right here. If we go to a 15-minute, we can do an opening range type of thing. Okay, let's get rid of yesterday's lines and we're going to draw new lines today. And you're going to see that small caps actually have broken down. Now, whether this completely starts to drop or not, we'll see. But out of everything, small caps looks the worst. Another stock that's been doing really well, NVTS. You can see with NVTS, we came all the way up today to 11 or 12. We broke this secondary structure last week, and then we broke the structure before that over here. It loves to bounce off this 200 moving average, this yellow line right here. So if that comes down and we get back to that area, this is a trade that I took on it recently. Although every time it pops up to this level, I've been taking profit, but it has the potential to go all the way up to 17 or so. Right now we're at 1074, but anytime it's at 8, we can play this back up. It was kind of like Intel of last year. You just play it off the same levels over and over and over again. We could also take a look at Tesla. Tesla is in this triangle structure here, and we're getting pushed into the angle of the triangle. And you can see for yourself, whenever we get pushed into this, angle of a triangle, it's like a pressure cooker. We push all the way smaller and smaller and smaller into here, and then eventually we either pop out of it going up or we pop down. And you can see we do have some huge levels of buying support, buying pressure under it, and some selling pressure above it. So if it does pop up, we can get to the 50 moving average or about 420. So we'll see. Someone said oil can probably get a nice drop to the 85 to 90. Then if the war is still going, I would not be shocked to see it go over 100 to 110. Then I'll buy puts hard. That's a solid strategy. I get that. I can understand that. It really seems like everything is focused around oil right now. And it's just interesting that, this resistance seems to be a really big resistance for it, for oil. You could see right here, this blue line again, you can see is the highest that we've been since 2018. So, you know, oil, it's very hard for it to get over this level, I would think. So, if you look back throughout the year, you could see for yourself that we've been going sideways all year with oil, up and down and 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 up and down, just going sideways. And then this was Venezuela and Iran right here. Well, this was Venezuela from here up to here to this resistance. And then all of this movement up here is Iran, just a straight line going up. And it will eventually come right back down. That will be the play of 2026. Just to show you guys how much you could make on a play like this, real quick, just borrow your attention just for 1 second. You'll see if you buy a put on oil and it goes down. Oh, sorry. Let me get the right ticker here. USA. No, USO, sorry. If we go down all the way to an 80 strike for, let's say, May. Let's say we go far out to July, okay? That would be $362, and you have so much time all the way till July. And if oil goes back down to about 80, we'll make $557 off of 362. That would be 150%. And even if it takes a third of the way to get there, you'll still make 73%, or halfway to get there. You'll still profit. And if you did a May put off of it, you would make 244%, 250%. So 250%, you would make $500 off of $200. So $500 of pure profit off of 200. That's what we're seeing here. Okay. I don't think that's bad. I would put up $200 to make 500. I don't see what the problem is with that. It's a logical play. Oil can't just keep going up in this straight line. That makes no sense, right? So again, me and my group have been tracking this on a daily basis. The blue line is that big resistance here, so we'll definitely see. Um, just want to see what's currently happening in the general market. This is SPY. These are the futures. But interestingly enough, if you were to go out to a month on this, you're going to see something here. Okay. Oh, sorry. I was looking for ES as futures. That's why it didn't look familiar to me. Let's go over here. Sorry. If you look at S&P 500, look what you can make on a monthly time frame. Okay. Then you can draw something like this. It's a huge channel. Look how big this channel is, right? Look how big this is. This is a little wild. So as you can see, we're very top heavy. I could get rid of some of these levels right here just to make it maybe easier. But you could see right here, we are turning back around. This is the entire S&P 500 right here. And we could get a whole lot lower real quick. This 20 moving average is 6,200. So that could be where it can go to pretty quickly. But this is pretty nice channel that it's been in for a while. If it can get all the way down here, then that would be unbelievable to about 5,500. That would be the best buying bounce ever. Let's take a look at gold. If you guys have any questions or requests, you can also put them in. Right now, I can only see the people on Instagram, but if you're on YouTube, I'll look at your questions a little bit afterwards. Unless maybe hold on a second, maybe I could see. Okay, so that's fine. All right. Gold has came out of structure recently. We're at the 50 moving average. All is good in the world, but no, not all is good in the world, but we are down at this 50 moving average, and we're gonna see if we can keep it here. Gold is at right about the 5,000 mark, 49.50 or so. So we'll see if we can keep here or whether this goes below this blue line, this 50 moving average. We'll see. We can see momentum is starting to curl around a bit, so that might be a little bullish for it. I don't see gold just completely dropping here. Let's go to silver. Also, thanks for coming to the halftime show. I'm going to have this every single day, so you could just see everything that you might have missed during the morning. But oil seems to be the biggest thing. Mostly the market is a bit flat right now. So again, this is silver, price of silver. And if we get back down to the 70s, like low 71 or so, then that would be a great time to buy this right now. Or I'm sorry, when it gets down to 71. Right now, we're in the low 80s. And so we're kind of, you know, breaking down off of this structure recently. This is the backbone line. We've broken down. But if we get back down to this support level, then we can, easily play this back up again, just like I did over here. That was a video I made also on Instagram. I called it the easy I think it was my best options play of 2026, playing silver from here up to here, because it wasn't going to go lower than 72 or so the second time. The low 70s. No, 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 no. It doesn't make any sense. We have so much support of buying under it that would never. I just don't think that would happen. High probability that if silver comes down to here, we can play it back up. Let's see what other stocks. If you go on TradingView, you can always go to your screener. You can see your screener is right here. You can go to your watch list, and then you can see, oh, Nvidia is coming back, and Apple is coming back, and Microsoft is coming back. Oh my goodness. So NBIS is the one that's outperforming everything. So, and Micron is doing really well. Also, let's take a quick look at Nvidia. The problem with Nvidia is we have these moving averages on top of it. You guys can see it right here. We do have a really good support and resistance going on here, but we're going sideways. So it's a little hard to determine anything. I would never enter here because it's just literally sideways, having a hard time dealing with those moving averages. Just not going to do it. Micron, on the other hand, is doing really well. This was a power of 3, 1, 2. Here's the third time back up to resistance. That third time is always an easy one because price moves really fast on its third trip up to resistance. That makes it a power of 3. And we could probably keep going higher. Micron and SanDisk, everybody's buying memory no matter what. People need that RAM. People need it. People need the RAM. And you can see SanDisk is even going higher. So there's a possibility here that SanDisk goes all the way up to 1,000. That'd be 40 more percent. But you can see it's already had an unbelievable stretch all the way back up. I got some questions before I join trading. Yeah, what are your questions? Yeah, you guys can ask questions too. Sometimes if I don't answer them, just keep putting it into the chat because sometimes I don't see it. TLT is the bond ETF. We bounced off of support right here. If you want to do bonds as an entire ETF, this is how you do it, TLT. But yeah, if you guys have questions about Trader Daddy, if you guys have, you can always DM me too. I get back to every single person that messages me about any question whatsoever. I always answer everyone. So there's never a chance where I wouldn't answer you. And I do that with my group too. Everybody has my cell phone number and can message me at any time of the day. So Like, I don't understand why you would have a group and not talk to your people, you know? Like, to only do it on Discord is like a disservice. Like, people should be able to reach you at any single time that they need. Um, then, it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you get my cell phone number. You can always reach out to me at any time. Always here to help. The entire day I set aside just to help people. Just whatever you need help with, I'm here to do it. So, also, I go on in the morning for my group. I go on for a beginners group in the afternoon. I have office hours where anybody can just go on Zoom and ask me questions. I have the nightly Zooms from 7:30 to about 9 every night, New York time. So, and if you follow me on Instagram, it's only $80 a month, So some people pay $100 just for like one VIP chat and like one little live stream in the morning, and that just doesn't make any sense. Do you have one-on-ones on trading? Well, so yeah, another thing in my group is you also get a beginner's instructor, Irina. She's really, really good. She does futures, options, stocks. So you immediately meet with her, and that doesn't cost you anything more. The beginner instructor I have in my group, everybody meets with her. And then if you need more one-on-one help, then then we can talk and we can always work something out. So if you need something else besides the group one-on-ones, you can do that as well. I don't think options is a little bit easier, I think, than futures. And I think I've taught I've taught Forex, I've taught futures, I've taught options, I've taught stocks and crypto, and the beginners do the best with stocks and options than any other market. I think futures has like the highest chance of failure. Um, because it is moving so fast. And you have to give up a lot of your day to just stare at the 1 minute charts. And I don't know anyone who wants to really do that because it then just turns into gambling. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think as long as you could read price action for one market, it doesn't matter. You can always then read it for every other chart, But yeah, I've after teaching for since 2013 or 2014, all markets, people do better in stocks and options in the beginning than anything else. Some people will master it and then they'll come back to futures later, but the object is to know all markets. What's the point of only knowing one market? Now you're just dependent. And what's the point of just being dependent on one market? It doesn't make any sense. Because then you're giving up so many other things that could be happening in other markets. So I would think the goal is to learn all markets. But people have this weird sense of like, well, I have to master something first. And I'm like, it's all the same thing. It's all the same market. It's not like, it's kind of like being a golfer. You have to learn all these other types of parts of the game to be a complete golfer. You can't just be good at driving the ball and then just like never learn how to putt, you know? But yeah, all right. No one has any other stocks that they want me to look at, then you can always reach out to me. And if there's anything else that I could do for you guys, I'll be here every day from noon, about 12 to 12:20 every single day. For a quick halftime show just to tell you guys where we're at right now. Market, as you can see, is moving sideways. Everything else is moving sideways. Oil's moving sideways. All the metals are moving sideways. NBIS and NVTS are the only two real breakouts that I see right now, but everything else is pretty good. So if you want to get in touch with me, remember you can always message me. I get back to people all day long, no matter what time it is. Unless I'm going to sleep, then I don't know. But prop firms versus personal. Oh, don't get me started about prop firms. That'll be a whole nother time because then 20 more minutes is going to go by. I find it to be an industry where it's very deceptive industry. People can do well in it, but overall, I think it's highly deceptive. And that's why you see all these. Why would you see these prop firms come on
and then they disappear. And then a new one comes in, they disappear. Every day I get messaged by a new prop firm that wants me to do something with them, and they're completely brand new. And I'll follow them, and then 3 months later they'll disappear. And I'm like, why would I ever want a company to tell me that I can get paid or not based on their rules? It makes very little sense to me. But some people are good at it. It's just very few. I've just met very, very few. But I've met way more people that have made money through stocks and options. Way more. All right, but I could go on that, for forever. Thanks for joining. It's just a quick 20-25 minutes to see what's going on. I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, April 2nd, I will be live in New York City. Any of you can come. I will also be live May 7th in Palm Beach, Florida, for the largest options conference, the OIC. So I will be there. And on May 9th, I'll be having a smaller Trader Daddy group in Fort Lauderdale. So April 2nd in New York, and then it'll be Florida. So every month I do in-person stuff for all of you. So, I'm not sure why I'm the only one that does in-person. We're such a digital world. It's kind of cool to just do some things in person after a while. So, um, I hope more people start to do in-person stuff, but if they don't, I'll always do it no matter what. We are actually breaking structure on the overall market. You can see we're starting to push down right here. If we can't get above this 50 moving average, you're going to see price start to drop real quick right now. So we'll definitely see. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow at 12. And you can always reach back to